Welcome to today's news and welcome to this channel. Breaking news: mass jubilation across Nigeria as Tinubu breaks exciting news on subsidy removal. See what he said. Welcome once again and thank you for tuning in to this channel. But kindly subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button and also the bell for more updates. Now to the news details. Please carefully listen to the end. In a move that has been hailed as a bold and decisive step towards economic growth and development, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has announced that palliatives are underway to cushion the effects of the removal of fuel subsidy. The president made us known in an interactive section with Nigerian residents in France and neighboring European countries on the sidelines of the new Global Financing Pact Summit in Paris. The removal of fuel subsidy, which was one of the key promises of President Tinubu during his election campaign, has been met with mixed reactions from Nigerians. While some have applauded the decision as a necessary measure to save the country from wasteful spending and corruption, others have expressed concerns over the rising cost of living and transportation that may result from the subsidy removal. President Bola Tinubu, however, assured the Nigerians that his administration is committed to mitigating the impact of the subsidy removal on the masses, especially the low-income learners and the vulnerable groups. He said that he has directed the National Economic Council to come up with inputs on palliatives and the minimum wage review as part of measures to cushion the pain of subsidy removal. He also revealed that he was able to persuade organized labor to abandon their planned protests against the subsidy removal by appealing to their patriotism and logic. He said that instead of protecting, they should demand an increase in palliative funds and transportation supports, which his government is willing to provide. According to him, we will ensure the availability of palliatives, but it is essential to save the funds in order to implement those measures. Some of the palliatives that have been recommended by experts and stakeholders include immediate upward review of the nation's minimum wage, payment of backlog of salaries owed ASU, immediate review of the nation's labor laws and enforcement in the private sector, improvement in targeted interventions to the informal sector, probe of parastatals, ministries, departments and agencies, continuous strengthening of the Naira. The National Economic Council has also recommended that the federal government pay Nigerian workers and other vulnerable groups about 747 billion naira as subsidy palliatives. President Tinubu expressed optimism that with these palliatives in place, Nigerians will soon begin to enjoy the benefits of the subsidy removal, which he said will free up funds for infrastructural development, social welfare programs, and economic diversification. He urged Nigerians to support his administration's efforts to transform the country and make it a prosperous and secure nation for all. still on the fuel subsidy, in which the president said during his campaign that he's going to remove fuel subsidy. And removing fuel subsidy simply means that we will be paying the money that the federal government is supposed to pay on our behalf. That is why the increase in fuel, there was increase in fuel 500 and above. But before removing the fuel subsidy, the president did not make any measures to make sure that Nigerians do not go back to the hardships and suffering during the Naira policy. There were no palliatives, there were no increments or anything. He just said fuel subsidy removed, and boom, Nigerians went into hardship, which affected everything, transportation, feeding, and all sorts. So now the president is saying he's going to look into the palliatives, but so that there will not be corruption. The people in which will be in charge of those palliatives will not take the palliatives to their own house. He said the stakeholders and others should give him different ideas in which he can use as palliative. Now, if he increase the minimum wage from 30,000 and above, this will actually help Nigerians, because even the 30,000 naira is not enough to buy anything any longer. Even the cost of living is high. So if you can increase the minimum wage, it will be better for Nigerians, and Nigeria will live peacefully. But now Nigerians are in frustration. They are frustrated because most people are using their salary on transport fare and no feeding, yet blaming the government. So the stakeholders have given different ways for availability of palliatives to make sure that funds are implemented well, so there will not be corruption. And we hope that the president will look into all this and make sure that hardship is not in Nigeria based on this first subsidy. We have come to the end of the news. What's your view to what these people are said, the stakeholders and the experts gave to the president? Please share your view in the comment section. Thank you.